Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Shiv, and today we're going to be talking about the Snowflake event. We're also going to be watching some footage of me playing the Kronstadt and hopefully not sucking with it. I know it's kind of asking a lot from the Kronstadt, but it is what it is. Alright, so Wargaming has this great new event coming out in about 5 days, the Snowflake event. It's also going to be accompanied by a campaign a little bit later on for the new Tier 6 German Battleship Premium, which is going to be pretty awesome. Now, both events are going to be rewarding steel, alright? But we're going to mostly be talking about the Snowflake event, because this event has actually caused a little bit of concern on both the Reddits and the forums. Most notably, the fact that steel is now being given away to people who are not playing in competitive. Well, to some degree, these people have a little bit of a concern, but when you look at the greater picture, they're actually benefiting from it more than those who have never played Clan Wars or Ranked. And in all honesty, their concerns are a little bit unfounded. So let's break this down. When you count up how many ships can actually generate steel during the Snowflake event, you come to the number of 67. This is including the new Tier 10 French battleship, Bigorne, whatever. I'm going to screw that name up permanently. So 67 ships. Now, we do not know how much steel per ship you're going to get, whether or not it scales, i.e. Tier 9 gets 100, the Tier 8 Premium gets 100, but the Tier 10 gets 200. We don't know if it's going to do that, or if it's just going to be a flat 100, 200, 300, etc. for every single ship. I personally think that it's not going to be a huge amount. I think if it doesn't scale, it's only going to be 100. For logical reason of at 67 total ships, you're talking about a person who has all those ships generating 6,700 steel. Now that's not very good in any sort of computation here. That's less than 25% of a Stalingrad. So that's not very good. Now, if it goes up to 200, all of a sudden you're looking at 13,000, and if it goes up to 300, now you're talking about 19,000 and change. Now, these are max values, okay? Max values. The average player does not have 67 ships. The average player will probably have 15 to 20, all right? And if they're a player who's got like 7,000 to 10,000 total games, probably closer to like 20, 25, 30 total ships available. Alright? So when you look at that, then all of a sudden those numbers come down dramatically. Now you're looking at like 3,000 to 6 to 9, possibly if they go to 300, which again, I don't think they're going to. And still, that's not a great amount. It really isn't. It really isn't that much at all. Now, of course, we also have to talk about the campaign event that's going to be happening roughly around the same time during 0.7.12. And again, we don't know how much steel you're going to get from that, but most likely it's going to probably equate out to like 2,000 to 3,000. All right? So now, when we start looking at these numbers, even on the high side, if you're getting like let's say it's like 300 and you're getting like 9,000 total off that and another like 3K off that, you're only going to be able to afford the flint. Alright, only going to be able to get the flint. That's not overly that huge. It really isn't. And when you look at it a little bit more in depth, you're about 33% of the way through getting the Stalingrad. And a lot of people want the Stalingrad. That's like the big takeaway. It's like, oh, I want the Stalingrad. Nobody really cares too much about, the super Alsace French battleship. They want the Stalingrad because that thing is OP. It's got selenium everywhere. So, with that in mind, a lot of the complaints just seem kind of foolish. Now, the competitive community that is complaining about this fails to see that they're actually getting rewarded. Alright, now they're not going to have to grind as long to get the Stalingrad or to get the new French battleship. All right, they're gonna get a huge chunk, not even a huge chunk, but a good chunk that's gonna help accelerate their acquisition of these ships. That to me seems like a win-win for them. Now, there's another aspect that everyone who has made a complaint seems to completely overlook. This is kind of, the carrot for the players who are not playing in Clan Wars or being competitive at all. This is going to make them go, hey, I got all the steel, I'm relatively close to getting this, maybe I should start participating in Clan Wars, and then I can get this ship. It's going to drive more people to playing Clan Wars. And that, I think, is a positive thing no matter how you try to look at it. It is extremely positive. Alright, so it's a gentle little nudge or manipulation if you want to go that route to get players to be more active in the competitive scene. And personally, I think that's a great deal. And especially for competitive players, they're going to love that because all that new players coming into the game, it's going to be like shooting fish in a barrel. Now, I know all of you who do not play competitively hearing that, you might think that I'm trying to dissuade you. No, I'm not. You're going to get your ass kicked, but that's how you learn. And you don't really have to win that much in order to start making some steel. Now, if you want to get a lot of steel, yeah, you're going to have to be pretty consistent. But there is something to be said about winning in inches versus feet. All right? If you get the analogy there. So, more people coming into competitive play. Competitive players getting a nice little speed boost in their ship acquisition. This pretty much seems like a no-brainer, and it's kind of sad that people will not see it for that and are just being upset for the sake of being upset. Alright? That's kind of what it is. They feel like only they are entitled to ships like the Stalingrad because they partake in these events. And guess what? This is not going to give somebody a Stalingrad. It's not going to give somebody a Flint or a black relatively without any effort, okay? It's not going to do that. So that whole base of argument is completely flawed. Now, I am kind of happy that Wargaming is going this route, alright? I really do enjoy the competitive gameplay. I'm not in a clan right now. I had to leave the one I was in. There were some issues that I just couldn't deal with, to be perfectly honest, and I just felt like this was not something I wanted to be a part of. So I am currently clanless, but I will be joining a new clan here shortly, so I'll be back into the clan war makeup and trying to grind out that steel. It is what it is, folks. So, yeah. This is going to inspire more people to join clans, more people to participate in clan wars and or ranked play. Competitive players are getting an awesome little bonus here. So, I mean, this is a win-win for everybody. Now, you may not like what I'm about to say here, though. Alright? For those of you who are competitive, you may not like what I'm about to say, because I'm going to tell everybody how you can maximize this. If you've been playing for a while, and you got a bunch of tier 10s, and you got a bunch of silver, well, guess what? You're about to spend a whole bunch of it, and you're going to go and pick up all those tier 9 ships that you've already grinded through. Because guess what? Every ship counts. So if you've got the DM, you're going to go and grab the Buffalo. If you've got the Henry, you're going to go get the St. Louis. You've got the Montana, you're going to go get the Iowa. Now, it is going to be a little bit pricey, alright? Cruisers are about 13 million right now. Battleships, about 18 million. Destroyers, I think, are around 11 million. So it's a little pricey. And then, of course, you've got to outfit them. So, add another 7 million on top of that. So, yeah, it is a little bit pricey, but you've got 5 days to grind out to make up that money to do this. And don't even worry about the captains. You'll just take the one from the tier 10 ship you have, go ahead and do that, do the Snowflake, move them back over, sell the ship. And you know what? You could probably repeat this process if you have enough money, because we have not heard that you can't do this during the event. Alright, so if you get yourself a tier 9 during the event, boom, you should be able to get a Snowflake with it. It seems completely logical, because when you get a brand new ship, you normally get the star for the first win victory on it. So you should also be able to get the Snowflake in the same way. So grinding up a ton of cash beforehand and doing that little trick will net you some more steel. But then you start having to ask yourself, is it really worth the amount considering how much you're going to be spending? That is really subjective, guys. It is really, really subjective. Well, anyway, that's going to be all for this video. Let me know down in the comment section below, what do you think? Do you think the event is a good thing? Is it going to be positive for the community? Do you think that giving away the steel is, devaluing the efforts made by competitive players? Let me know down below. I'd love to hear your comments and have this kind of dialogue. Anyway, till next time, Shiv saying stay safe, have fun, may orange juice bless you, peace.